Welcome to the Modern Hotelier. Both hosts were honored as top 100 influential people in hospitality. We're bringing you interviews with industry experts, thought leaders, and innovators who are shaping the future of hospitality. Whether you're a seasoned hotel professional or just stepping into the industry, our goal is to provide you with insights, knowledge, and trends that will empower you, the Modern Hotelier.
Welcome back to another episode of Hospitality Hot Topics. This is where we go over what happened in the past month in the hospitality industry. David, so the first thing I want to talk about is the wellness side of the industry. It is booming. We are seeing it being the fastest growing market in the hospitality area. Have you seen this? What are you seeing in the wellness side?
Yeah, what I'm seeing is, there's some of the, true and tried, more spa and more just health eating wise. What I'm starting to see more of, and I think we'd like to see more of, is how does it tie into technology? Because then you actually get given results. I just joined the gym that gives me a wristband. And as I go to machines, it actually tracks what you're doing. And it tells me my bio age and it tells me what age strength and things of that nature. So I'd like to see how there's a little bit more of a blend in the kind of the wellness, diet, sleeping into the technology and monitoring those type of things.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think this is a trend that we're seeing, right? Obviously, people are traveling for experiences, but, these younger generations are focused so much on their well-being, going to these retreats where they have yoga, those juices and, great food as well. So I think we're just going to see this grow. And it's kind of funny. United States is leading the way with these wellness retreats. So I think we're just going to see more and more of these pop up in the US. And I think this is going to be a trend that we're going to see really come to life here over the next couple of years.
This next one's perfect for you since you're a Swiftie, but the music tourism is one of the biggest travel trends. So what are your thoughts on the tie-ins now and how music and travel are kind of, becoming one?
Yeah, so this is actually crazy. I was reading an article that hotel prices for Taylor's European tour in one of the cities, the ADR dropped $840 after she left. So, travel has become more expensive. Flights are more expensive. Hotels, luxury especially, are going up. So this is their vacation. This is their big trip. And these are leisure trips where they are ready to spend money. They're spending, hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars on a Taylor Swift ticket. They want a luxury experience to go with that. They're not really too, concerned about spending money on food and beverage or other experiences since they're spending so much already. So, we saw it in the US when Taylor was going around, how much it boosted the city's economy when she was going. So I think this is cool. We're going to see, a lot more of this as well with, music festivals. And I hear some other big names are going to go on tour as well. Beyonce, I know you're a big fan. I'm sure you'll catch a show when she comes to Phoenix. So what do you think?
Yeah, so for me at Logic, we're at our core revenue management platform. We bring up the Taylor Swift effect on most of our demos. So obviously it's something that hotels are noticing, people are looking for. But for me, hey, look, whether it's music or sports, if it's going to have more people travel, I love it. I think it's great. So if it's driving people to travel, and if it's got Americans going to Europe to see Taylor Swift, which, we don't travel as well as the Europeans coming to the States or the Caribbean. Like, to me, this is great. If it's getting, especially the younger generation, to go out and see the world, then I'm all for it.
Absolutely. I agree. And kind of to that, with the hotel industry, one thing we've been talking about is the staffing shortages that we have still been having this year. On a good note, AHL put out a report that hotels added 700 jobs in May, but 76% of hotels are still experiencing staffing shortages. What are we going to do to get over this hump of staffing shortages? And do you see that happening this year, David?
Yeah, I don't. But what I do know in the articles that we were looking at is that, obviously the good news is that also the wages are increasing. I do think that can be somewhat misleading because I think the wages were behind and hotel staff were being underpaid. So I'm hopeful that there'll be more, for lack of a better term, studies or white papers coming out on how really, the better paying of employees, a better wage will increase more people to be attracted back into hospitality. Because again, some of these jobs were not very good paying jobs and difficult jobs. So I think if the industry wakes up and kind of make sure that they realize as the rates go up, they can afford to pay the staff a little bit more, I think we'll see more and more people coming back in. And hopefully that 700 to 7,000 by next year.
I agree. I think wages is a part of that. I also think it's almost the thought process of joining the hospitality. People don't view it as a career. It's, when you think of hospitality, you think of working at a hotel at a front desk or something like that. So I think it's kind of shifting that thought as well. And then also everybody wants to, work from home or have a hybrid work environment. Our industry just is not as flexible. I understand you can't work from home at a front desk. I totally get that. But those jobs, maybe in marketing, sales, finance, whatever it might be, that you're not guest facing all the time, maybe that can be a hybrid work environment. Sage is doing some really cool things now where they have a 4-day flex week. So something comes up on a Wednesday, you can take off that Wednesday and make it up. So I think wages is one thing, and I totally agree they were a little low to begin with, so can be misleading, but we also need to be a little bit more flexible and provide these great working environments. So this younger generation is really excited to come work in hospitality. And your buddy Anthony Mel Curry, I see him, promoting the industry and talking about how much more fun and flexible it is from the traditional 9 to 5. So need more people like Anthony out there promoting the industry.
Yeah, I agree. Make it a career, not just a job.
You got it.
So marketing people love to do things to try to create attention. So what are your thoughts on the 1876 burger experience?
So this burger, it sounds cool, but I don't know if I want it all together. So it's A5 Wagyu topped with golden oyster caviar, tempura king crab, asparagus, white truffle brie, and some type of sauce that I cannot pronounce on a gold leaf bun. Then you get a fancy cigar, some whiskey, champagne, and a customized cowboy hat. And this is all for $1,876. And it's at the Montage Deer Valley in Utah. I probably am not going to spend about $1,900 on this. I'm not the biggest whiskey guy. And I think my favorite part about this would be the customized cowboy hat. I love it. But the Wagyu burger sounds fantastic, along with king crab legs. I mean, it sounds fantastic, but I don't know if I'll be ordering it next time I'm there. What about you?
Yeah, it made me hungry, but it made me think about, going back to, we'll give Anthony 2 plugs. He had the $10,000 martini, which was really a martini with an engagement ring in it or a diamond. I don't recall exactly. The Mark Hotel, very funny, used to have a newspaper ad, this is how old I am, where basically they said, they were selling a $299 t-shirt that included a hotel room. So for me, the 1876 burger, it's another one of those for somebody who's got the money you can spend, who wants attention, who wants the social media side of it. But, look, marketing people are clever at coming up with things like this. And this one was a pretty unique, especially when it's got a sauce you can't even pronounce.
Yeah, absolutely. It fits well for Utah, right? A little bit more rustic. You get the cowboy, the Wagyu, things like that. So, I'm all about it. If I was a millionaire, I'd definitely go for it. But we'll see. We'll see. So I'm really excited about this. We're filming this on Friday the 21st. On Sunday, both of us are headed out to Charlotte for HITEC and the HSMAI Commercial Strategy Conference. David, what predictions do you have for this year's HITEC? And what are you most looking forward to?
So my first prediction will be, if you ask anybody who's been going to HITEC, that this will be the best HITEC in over a decade.
Really?
It could have been last year, but there was competing shows. There was weather issues, if you recall. So a lot of people were trying to be bi-coastal and go from Toronto to Las Vegas. I think it's also showing a shift in our industry. The HSMAI Rock Conference, which had 2 separate days of marketing and revenue management, has now combined them into the commercial strategy conference. So all those things will be intertwined, which is where the industry is heading, with better communication between the revenue managers, the marketing and sales teams. So for me, I think this is going to be the best one in a decade, and I'm a little partial, but I think the gain event at the baseball stadium is going to be something that everybody's talking about.
I agree. I'm very excited. I feel like everybody is not going to be over AI, but sick of hearing about AI and take a break from talking about it for a week after the show. I'm sure that will be a hot topic. I've never been to the HSMAI side of things. This is my first year going. I'm very excited. But talking with people that are going to HITEC this year, you're right. There is a buzz. People are really excited to be there. And I don't know if it's, people working remote more and looking to see these familiar faces, but everybody is so excited to go. So you're right. The buzz around this show is totally, I think, a lot more than previous years. So it'll be great. And the GAIN event, holy smokes, this is going to be a really fun time. Obviously, we're going to be doing a recording there in the press box. So should be a really fun time. So anything else you got to add about HITEC or HSMAI or anything else that happened this month that you want to talk about, David?
No, that's it. And I think, I'm sometimes a critic of HITEC moving around, but I think this is a year where it's going to help because Charlotte's one of those unique places that, there's not a lot of hospitality headquartered there, or it's not one of the larger U.S. cities. So it's also kind of this cool destination that people, I think, are, a lot of people I talk to, that's like first time I'm going to Charlotte. So there's that little bit of excitement of exploring a new city. So that's cool.
Around HITEC, there's a lot of acquisitions or movements, any big news, people are announcing it at HITEC. Any predictions on that end as far as any acquisitions or big news that you've heard around so far?
I've heard, I can't disclose companies. There's a couple well-known companies that are for sale. I don't know if those transactions will happen at HITEC, but again, I think with some of the HITEC being back and this being, in my opinion, what will be the best HITEC in over a decade, I think there's going to be one or two kind of shockers that you're going to be like, oh, wow, I can't believe so-and-so got acquired, or I didn't know so-and-so was for sale, or wow, that makes sense, or how is that going to work together? So I think we'll probably get hit with something, at least one.
I agree. I feel like the past 7-8 years I've been going, there's always one big one that everybody is talking about. So excited to hear what it is, but excited to see you at HITEC. We'll be doing live interviews there. So looking forward to see everybody at HITEC, and safe travels as well.
All right. Take care, guys.
You made it to the end of the Modern Hotelier. Thanks for listening. The Modern Hotelier is produced by Make More Media. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube, or subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. If you know a guest or sponsor that would be a good fit, feel free to email us at hello@themodernhotelier.com. If you'd like to get some Modern Hotelier merch, click the merch button on modernhotelier.com or click the link below. Thanks and have a great day.